What happens here, I think, is a lot of people don't go here. Everybody's looking for video games. How many times have you seen on a video where guys at a garage sale, one of the resellers, got any video games? That's the first thing everybody's asking for. I should go in and go, hey, got any cleaning supplies? Got any makeup? I mean, nobody's asking for those things. Everybody's asking for video games. You know, got any records? All that kind of stuff. Welcome again, Mike, the Golden State Picker, and a nice video today. We're going to talk about reselling in this video. Obviously, we're going to talk about some stuff I found, some stuff I sold, the usual. Talk a little bit about North Carolina because people are asking with the hurricane that came up and the tropical storm that came up through North Carolina. A lot of people are having a hard time up there in western North Carolina. I'll talk a little bit about that. And like I said, we've got a category that is sometimes missed, and just like everything in reselling, there's a lot of categories that I miss. This is a category I think that you can find some stuff and you can get some tremendous value out of. I will show you that. And like I said, we'll just talk reselling and do all kinds of stuff like we always do. Whew, all right, hey, it is, give you a little bit of a timestamp. I'm always behind, okay? So you may be seeing a video that's a month old because that's just me. I only put up 2 a week, but sometimes I just keep filming and I'm just going to keep putting them up. Plus, when I go back east, I need videos to put up, so I have to have some. I can't wait till the last minute to do that, and I'm getting close to another trip to North Carolina, and then the holidays I'm going to spend about 3 weeks there during Christmas, so that I have to have all these videos, so that's why you see me behind somewhat. And today is October 3rd, okay? Very hot here, unbelievably. It's 102 degrees today in San Jose, California. That's where I'm at. If you're new, I'm from California, San Jose, better known as Silicon Valley. So it's super hot. Weird. I don't think I've ever remembered it being that hot that early in October. It's technically fall, so we will see how this goes. It's supposed to break next week, so hopefully. All right. Now, people have asked, Mike, did you survive the North Carolina, the hurricane that hit, Category 4 hit in that panhandle area of Florida? And yes, I did. My home is on the east coast side of North Carolina. And that tropical, once it hit the panhandle, it turned into a big tropical storm and rushed up into that valley there, North Carolina, into Asheville. And Asheville, what a beautiful place. Wow, I fear what that place is looking like now. All that area, it's just terrible. And yeah, I feel like I'm a North Carolinian to a part because I own a home there and I go back there a lot. So it's kind of strange when you feel like, hey, this is part of, you're part of this now. And I went through another one. Remember we had a couple that came up there. There was one in August that rushed up there. And that was turned into a tropical storm. And that one did go over my area, the Jacksonville, North Carolina area. We got a lot of rain, but nothing. I had to do a lot of research. When my daughter bought there, I asked her, I said, how close to the ocean are you? She said, we're 20 minutes away. So there could be an effect of a major 4 or 5 hurricane for sure, 20 miles in. But we're not going to get storm surge. We're going to get wind. We're going to get a lot of rain. But where I'm at, I don't think it's going to flood like it would in Asheville. I think Asheville was kind of that valley situation with a river, and that's asking for it when it really dumps. Like I had a foot in a day or some crazy thing like that. I have some things that bug me, and I think that our country really needs to take care of people, and it frustrates me when we put money overseas into other things when so easily, right? We put big money into Ukraine. I'm going to go off page here a little bit, but we put a lot of money over there, and then when something happens over here, it's like 50 billion over there, and it's like this huge struggle to help people out of this situation, and that really burns my biscuits. And I can get going, so you know where I stand on that. And I think we need some changes on a lot of this stuff. So all right, let's get into the topic of this video a little bit here. Basically, I'm going to talk about a category here that I look for, but I think a lot of people miss because it's just tricky and they don't understand it. But I like to be diversified. People say, Mike, what categories do you specialize? Everybody specializes somewhere. I like media, I like golf clubs. You see me talk about books. I understand those categories pretty well. Other categories I don't. But I do two things. I'm very curious, and I let these two eyes and my 62 years of experience guide me. And that's all I do, is I allow that to happen. My curiosity and my eyesight, my vision. And that's what you got to do. You've got to be diversified. If you want to grow your sales, unless you have access to a category that just keeps growing and growing, great. But if you don't, you have to really broaden yourself out to try to learn a little bit about everything. And that's what this is about. I need to learn more about glass. You hear me talk about that. You may need to learn more about golf clubs or more about books. This category here is another one. I happened to see not a YouTuber, an Instagrammer that was showing a savers find of some wipes or something, and she sold them for like $270. I'm like, ooh, I love that. I really do. It's fantastic. So I was watching that, and I'm out at the flea market today, and I'm going to show you what I found. I found this is BioClean Ultimate Drain Cleaning Kit. Very interesting. Now, the gentleman, I've seen him there before. I said, hey, how much are all the stuff, the chemicals you got? $1 each today. That's what he said, $1 each. This is brand spanking new, okay? Look at this. There's a cup in here for directions and everything for cleaning it up, mixing cup. There's a little bit of a BioClean something. And this here, I'm gonna put a comp up for you to show you. $65 this kit sold for it. I paid $1. Okay, so the category is like, you're thinking here is cleaning supplies, okay, that kind of thing. Other categories, shampoos. You saw me do makeup. So all of these little individual categories, where in general what happens here, I think, is a lot of people don't go here. Everybody's looking for video games. How many times have you seen on a video where guys at a garage sale, one of the resellers, got any video games? That's the first thing everybody's asking for. I should go in and go, hey, got any cleaning supplies? Got any makeup? I mean, nobody's asking for those things. Everybody's asking for video games. You know, got any records? All that kind of stuff. These are the hidden categories that can really score you some big money, because there are many people out there who are resellers, and they aren't what I call a complete reseller. They're so focused on video games, they're so focused on clothing, that they're missing stuff like this. So this category is one that you can score some big money. Now, you've probably watched my videos, you've seen me talk about this. Zap. Anytime you see Zap at $1, I don't care if it's $5, pick up Zap. It sells extremely well, okay? Now, we look for brands, okay? That's the other thing. Here is a good brand. This is called Ecolab, and this is a revitalized multi-purpose spotter, some kind of spotter. 22 of these. Those two, that made 24. He cut me a deal, all of it for $20. There is no comps for this. There's plenty of comps for a lot of Ecolab stuff. I love it, because when you don't have a comp, you control the price. You control it, not necessarily the price. What I mean here is you can set a price and there's no competition. That's what I'm getting at. We've got to find the price to sell it. I will probably sell these as a 2-bottle pack. So 12 2-bottle setups. That's what I'm hoping. Let's say I got $20 each. I had 22 of these, right? $440 into my 20. And let's give this here 100 just for the heck of it. $440, $540 for a $20 investment in cleaning supplies. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. We need to broaden, be curious, use your eyes, and you'll be amazed at what happens. You will find stuff that you were never thinking of. And I'm going to talk about another item here in a minute that I got at Savers. I know about this, but another category that people miss, and I'll show you that. All right, here we go. Boom, Savers. Boom, Savers. I'm going to tell you how it works. You've heard me talk about this. The only thing I want you to do is I want you to use your 2 feet, and I want you to walk into a store. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Because when you walk into a store, you got a chance at finding stuff. If you're not, I got a fly in here. If you're not walking into the store, you're not finding anything. I'm going to kill that thing. I swear. All right. And here's how it works. did the flea market, got over to Savers, didn't rush it, got over there about 10:20, it opened at 10, pushed my cart in the back, outrolled the first cart, several pickers standing around, and on the cart were those two, just like that, boom. I knew, tikis. I didn't know what they were worth, but I said, I'm taking them. I took them. Now, where are they from? Tonga Room, Fairmont Hotel, San Francisco. Tonga Room, Fairmont Hotel, San Francisco. If you want to do anything, take a look on YouTube, type in Tonga Room, San Francisco. Fairmont Hotel, very famous hotel in San Francisco. And they converted the indoor pool area into the Tonga Room over time. And it's really cool. I've been there with my wife several times. Very interesting place, okay? And that's where they're from. Now, what did I pay? $2.99. And for some reason, they put this one at $3.99. I have no idea why. This one's going to be in the $40 range. I haven't found the tall one, so the tall one might be a bit more. Let's call them 50 and 50. There's $100 right there. How did I get that $100? All I did is walk in. I didn't force myself to do anything, just walked in, boom. Call it luck, call it whatever you want. I call it being persistent and being consistent. And if you're consistent, stuff like that will fall into your lap. I guarantee you, okay? All right, standing around, I like to talk with all my friends, okay? Like to have a good time inside Savers. If you've ever been to this Savers, you know there's a group of us that kind of hang out. We're all pickers, we're all looking. Out rolls a cart. This is on the cart. I told the picker, take that, get that. And they don't want it. They don't want it, it's okay. This is a brand, this is Yonex. This is the other one I'm talking about, okay? What is it? If your eyes know, you should know. It's not a tennis racket. I know right away it's a badminton. And I know right away that it's Yonex, so it might be a good one. I don't know. But wait till you see what I paid for it first. I'll show you what I paid for it. Look, tags on it, $4.49. Haven't shopped these yet. I will in a minute. $4.49. 2 rackets. There you go. All right. Now this one, I'm not positive. It's steel. Okay. It even says steel on it. I don't think this one's worth a lot. But even if it's worth, it's got a little. I have to check that UPC code. Even if it's worth a couple bucks, we will sell that one. But this one is a good one. This is an Astro X77. This one's graphite, so this one here is a little bit more. You can tell. Now, one thing is my wife played badminton in high school, so she kind of understands the sport. But this is like another category. This kind of stuff. People are afraid of this. That one picker was afraid of this. This is $50 to $75, and that's the case that goes with it, so that's really cool. So that will be, I think, an easy sale. Somewhere in the next, hopefully, month or so, especially towards Christmas. So there you go. So that's all I'm going to show you. That's all I got, okay, today. So if you take a look at the cleaner, there's $500. I think it's about $500 in cleaning, about $100 on the rackets, maybe. I'll call it $75. $575, and let's call these another $675. And you can see, not a whole lot. Didn't spend a whole lot. Spent $20. 30 bucks maybe. There you go. That's how we do it. All right, we're going to flip this around. We're going to clean up. We're going to show you what we sold. We got some cool items that we sold, and we'll be right back to show you that. All right, everybody, now it's time to show you what I sold in the last day and a half here. So this is a day and a half. I still have, today is, I'm trying to figure out what today is. It's like crazy, Thursday. Whew. So Thursday, I have half a day to go still. So we got $692 here, 16 items, and some interesting ones. I love it. I love showing you what I sold and what I found. And I'm going to give you one last quick thing. One thing that most resellers, you have to be, is patience. You have to have that patience. If you don't have patience, it can get really, really tough, okay? It can get tough mentally. And, that kind of thing. You don't want to get into that kind of bad vibe. So just be patient. If you have good stuff, it will sell. That is the key here. You hear me say list, source, all that kind of stuff. Find the best stuff you can that has comps. Trust your process and trust yourself, and it'll happen. So keep that in mind. You're going to see me talk about a couple of items in here that were patience related for me, okay? Let's start off with something that was in my bin of books. And this was a little tile mate. These are little tiles that you can attach to things and track when you lose something like the remote keys. This was mostly for keys, it looks like. Apple does a bunch of that kind of stuff, but this was in my bin. It fell in. And this tile mate was $25 plus $8 on the shipping side for that. Same thing in my bin. I'm going to take this game every time. Why? It sells. It doesn't sell for a lot of money. This is Exploding Kittens, brand new. I put it up, and every time I put it up for the price that it should sell, you're not going to get $20 out of this. I sold it for $12 plus free shipping. So it's like somebody handing you, after you take away fees and shipping, say $5 or $4. Here you go, here's $4, take it. You know, nowadays with the cost of $1, some people say, yeah, get that out of here. But no, you take it, and $4 adds up over the year. That's what I'm getting at. So sometimes if you get it for free, that's how I look at that. I got that in my bin. My bins are $100. So much stuff that I find in them, it's well worth it, obviously. And talk about the bins. Here we go. Right here. Game. This was in there. PC CD, The Sims Complete Collection. You got to make sure all the discs are there, and it helps to have the manuals and all that stuff. And Sims is a good find if you find a lot of it, you know, in the certain games. This one here, $39 plus free shipping. So right there is $50. These two items, half of one of my bins, okay? And if you're curious, go look on my video description, look for the FBA book video playlist, and look for me going through some bins. You'll get an idea of what I am talking about, okay? This is just go right into golf. Do these older DCI. I used to play Titleist DCI, so I know them. You can tell it's just a little bit older looking golf club. The grip will tell you everything. We need to make sure we get all that down. This grip is pretty in bad shape. You can kind of see it here. We need to know the flex. It's stiff. We need to know that it's graphite. A few things. We're talking about knowing things. If you find golf clubs cheap, this is what I would call bread and butter, simple flipper, those kind of things. It takes a little while. It's a 5-iron. It's not one of the most popular, but it will sell eventually. And it did. 5-iron, $19 plus $14 shipping. If you get it for $2 or $3, there you go. It's no different than getting a book and selling a book for $20. We have to think in terms of money. That's what we have to think of. Yeah, it's not the sexiest golf club that I've ever sold, but it's a consistent seller along with like Exploding Kittens. All right, TaylorMade driver. This is an R7. Yeah, R7. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of pointers here just on this too. Notice R7 draw. Big difference. You're going to see an R7 draw, R7 fade, and an R7 neutral. Now they have drivers that you can change. You don't have to do that. You can do a draw or fade bias with moving the weights. But back then they didn't. So this is a draw bias. Just remember that. You've got to have that in the item specifics and in the title, because somebody's looking for a draw versus a fade. So keep that in mind. And same thing, shaft here, all of that. The grip here is a little worn. Just make a note of that. Something that I write is on all golf club descriptions I put in there. As with all grips, you may want to change them to meet your game. Everybody is very personal. When you hold something in your hands, it feels different to you as it does to me. So I might like a certain grip, and this isn't a certain grip. So I'd probably say, you know what, it's okay, I'm going to change it out anyhow. R7 driver, 35 plus 16 on the shipping side. We ship them in tubes. We talk about that. All of that kind of stuff. You got to find them, hoard them. I was looking online the other day to see if I could find tubes that were, you know, reasonably cheap. Cheapest I found was you have to buy 100 at about $3.50 for a 6x6x48. That's what you need. So not yet. I'm still fine, but there may be a day that comes that I'm going to have to figure out that part. All right, garage sale over the weekend, and here's what I got. These are the Disney Treasure DVDs. There are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6. The other one was Oswald brand new sealed. That one goes for about $60. Paid $2 each for these. Oswald I paid $5. So this is $10. These did not have the COA. Only one of them had the COA. Don't ask me where the other ones went, but these are collectible. If I had the COAs, probably a little bit more money, but in the long run, I got $59 basically. Yeah, $60. and $10 medium mail shipping. Now we'll go medium mail. Disney is good in some spots, and in other spots it's kind of, I don't know if it's flooded or it just doesn't move very well. So interesting one here. I'm gonna reach football season, so football stuff. There you go. Steelers hard hat. Steelers are doing good this year, so who knows. Best time to sell stuff is when the team's on a roll, because then people get on the bandwagon, and then they jump off and they don't buy anything. So the Steelers hard hat, this came out of my friend's locker, and that's $15 plus $11. Yeah, I bought my friend's locker a while back, and this gentleman was getting out of reselling and wanted to empty his locker. He just needed to get out from under it. It was killing him. I paid $2,800 for everything he had. He had some stuff at the house, paid $25 for the locker, $300 for the stuff at the house, over $14,000. It's really close to 15. I'm almost about ready to say 15 in the next week or two. So turn basically 3 into 15,000. That's what it's going to be. Where do we put that? Let's go over here. Let's do some books. Let's go do some books. Have some fun. A category that we talk about because I do the bins. Here we go. Digital Design and Computer Architecture. Nice book. You heard me talk about in other videos about Amazon and Amazon's fee structure. 62% is what they were taking for the first 9 months of the year from me. If I didn't have these bins, it would be very, very difficult for me to do this. You have to find some, cheap stuff. And basically, if you see me, I talk about how the bin is paid for by Exploding Kittens and the Sims game, right? And then the rest of the stuff I put on Amazon is basically pure profit. So digital design and computer architecture was $29 plus free. So in some cases, there's certain books that I feel better with on eBay because it's 30% overall fees versus 62. It's double on Amazon. So sometimes it makes sense to put it over on eBay for me. Now, the other thing I was talking about was the reason why is I get more returns on Amazon. I get about a return a day on Amazon. For the first 9 months, I had 259 returns on Amazon. So you can imagine there can be even more sometimes. Internal Combustion Engine Fundamentals. Nice textbook, very clean. And the combustion sold for $85 plus free shipping, okay? Again, how do I price free? It just depends. That's the other thing. You have to figure out how you want to do it. 95% of my stuff has a price for shipping, and the other 5% is skewed towards what the item is doing consistently. And if it's consistently selling for that word free, so many people gravitate towards free, okay? In reality, it's not free. It's not free for me, but we're pricing to give you that psychological play, the word free. That's what we're doing. All right, you heard me talk about these kind of books. Trilogy of Magnets, like this one here. Doesn't have many comps at all. You're not, hasn't sold one. There are listings up for $150 for this book, and they've never sold. What are people doing? I don't know what they're doing when you see that. You see an item up for $150, and then maybe you've seen 3 sell for $49, and you're going, why are these guys so high? Anywho, that's what's going on with this, and I just said, you know what, let's put this up. And this one sold for $25 plus $9 shipping. Nice. All right, don't forget cookbooks, recipe books, and especially ones tied to movies and movie stars. We'll talk about one of those in a minute. The Corleone Family Cookbook, The Godfather, right? Nice cookbook. I almost kept it. I came close. You hear me talk about I don't have any emotional attachment to this stuff. If you can imagine if I did, it would be in there. Oh my gosh, this fried calamari, that one looked pretty interesting. Some pretty good recipes. I think there's their fettuccine, mussels marinara. The pictures, this one's good. Look at their shrimp scampi. Oh, that looks so good. I sold it. And the Godfather one sold for $17 plus free shipping. I can go online and find many recipes, but just to know that it was the Corleone family recipe. Now, there is one book that I did keep, and that book is Vincent Price's Gourmet Cooking Book. If you ever see that one, you'll know what I'm talking about. Him and his wife traveled all over Europe, and they were gourmet cooks. And in this book, they have a lot of the menus from the restaurants that they went to and a lot of the recipes that they tried at home. And Vincent Price, you would never know that, but that is what Vincent Price did as a little side hobby. We all need hobbies, right? Let me know if you got any hobbies. My hobby is golf, music, grandkids, and eventually it's going to be more travel. But right now, you know, those are the things I do. I'm busy all day long. So that's my hobby, is just being busy. Now, boom, look at this 2-book set. You can tell it's sun faded because it was red here. So you got to shoot the spines. You got to make sure you show that right. And these are the mastering of the exhibition. Have no idea. I've had these around for a long time. And this is what we're going to talk about, being patient, these next 2 items. And what I mean here is these 2 books, I didn't know. I couldn't find a comp anywhere. So I made up one, $199. Let it sit. Somebody came along today and gave me an offer. They said, hey, $88. What do you think I'm going to do? I didn't know where it was going to sit. That's okay. Boom. Almost a full bin. $88. I've had these a long time. And these sold, like I said, for $88. I'm just trying to wipe them out. And $17 shipping. So I should be fine on the shipping. Now, this is, I really like this one. It is the Sagrada Biblia. Okay. Beautiful. Look at this condition. I mean, there's no reason to let this go for anything other than what you think it should go for, basically. And it finally sold. It took about a month and a half, and it did. It sold for $100 plus $12 shipping. I remember when you first put stuff up, it seems like there's a lot of people out there who maybe have you saved as a favorite, and they may be resellers too, so you got to be careful. And they'll put in a lowball offer, seeing if you'll take. And that's what I'm saying. If you know it's going to be 100, then just let it sit. It's going to go for 100. So keep that in mind. Boom. Old circuit breakers. Okay. Now, this is a Siemens. Okay. 3-breaker. I got these at a garage sale for like $1 each. And this circuit breaker sold for $20 plus $8. Now, I'm in a 1965 home. I think that's what my house is. And I have the old Zinsco bar, single bar, 2-bar. And my friend Bob, who is an electrician, he gave me a bunch of them because you can't find them. They're very hard and they can be expensive. So this last time we had this heat wave about a month ago, and my breaker went. And I knew I had another one, and it had fallen behind something over here, and I had to dig on the ground, and I finally found it. Well, dummy me, I got it in and I broke it. And Bob at that time was in Europe, and so I couldn't get one from him, so I had to go buy one. And to show you, it cost me $50 locally for a breaker. So my mistake cost me $50. Now, if my friend was home, he said, Mike, I have plenty of them, so I've picked up a couple more from him since. He doesn't need them. He says, I just have them laying around, so there you go. See? It helps to network with everybody, because you never know if you got a guy who's an electrician, a guy who is a plumber. It really can help. Okay, here we go. These are starting to pick up. I've gotten rid of almost all of them. This is an F-18. It's a wooden airplane. Got these at Goodwill, and I paid about $12, $11 for them. And this one sold for $50. So $50 plus $18 on the shipping side for that one. Very nice. And we got one more. I'll show you a little more about patience. Patience. Reach into it. I got this one at Savers. This was sitting there. I remember these like the day I got them. This is sitting on this metal counter area, and all the pickers around, and this is what I'm talking about. There are some people who just don't want to deal with it, don't know how to deal with it. It's too big. I can't ship it. The way you're going to learn is you're going to have to get your feet wet. You're going to have to get in there and try and figure out how to ship this stuff. It's not that difficult. If you're just using some common sense, some bubble wrap, some papers, all that kind of stuff. This is a laminate. I think it's called Jackson and Hirsch. Got a message from somebody. I guess my video portion was not working. I don't know if it dropped. They said, hey, the video's not working, but can you tell me, does it work? And I said, yes, it does. It works perfectly. They said, fine. Boom. They bought it full price, $90 plus $25 on the shipping side for this laminate. I have sold these before, so I knew, I'm going to put this down, I knew the day that I found that I was going to sell that. Now, just had to wait. Just be patient. Not everybody needs that, but there are people in an office who say, oh, we love this laminate machine, but it took a dump on us. Well, they want that one. That's how it works. You just got to be a little patient. Whew, I think that's it. I'm going to make, spin around. There you go. I hope you liked the video. I hope you like my videos. I put everything I can into these to help you out, to give you some way to think positive about your reselling. about getting started, about broadening your horizons. And that's the way you're going to grow. You have to broaden. You have to get your curiosity going. And if you do that and you stay persistent and you have a great process or routine, whatever you want to call it, you're going to do it. Okay. All right. Many thanks to you out there. Hit that bell, the like, the subscribe, and the bell. That's all we ask, that you give us a shout. Give us a chance to show you some stuff. All right. Thanks again. I'll see you in my next video.